We're on episode 3 of Alien vs. Ladder.
It's time to duel!
What's up guys, welcome back to CardSpot. My name is Ethan, you know the drill. We're playing Aliens on the ladder. Currently our rating is 122, we have 2 wins and 3 losses. It's been a rough start, but that's okay. I've made one change to the deck. I was feeling a little bit nicer about this deck than in last episode than first. But I wanted to just try a little tweak, so I've dropped the Alien Telepath and I've added in a single copy, because it's limited in Edison, of 1-for-1. I want to give the solidarities a bit more of a try. I'm not really feeling them, but I feel like we ought to give them another go. If we do drop them, then we can play things like Sangan, maybe things like Raiko to mill some of our aliens to special back with Ammonite. There's also the option of playing a Decree build, because we kind of do care about a lot of traps, right? Bottomless, Deprison, Mirror Force, Solemn, all of those things are problematic, and we don't have great ways of avoiding them. So that could be an option, is play Decrees, and then we max out on things like Book of Moon, Messenger of Peace, Prohibition, all of that kind of stuff, and play a lot more spell heavy, so that could be an option. But for now, let's try out the 1-for-1 and get into a match. Alright, first match up here against Yugioh. Hit him with the U2, and we'll hit him with the scissors. Ooh, you love to see it. Cut that paper, so we will get to start this one. I feel like it's been a while since we've started, but I could be wrong about that. Okay, so this is an interesting hand. We open Solidarity times 2. Alien Warrior, Alien Shock Trooper, Gravity Bind, and Alien Overlord. So I think here, I always kind of like the idea of setting Alien Warrior, because if the opponent doesn't know what we're playing, like now, it can kind of catch them by surprise. And I think I'll just set the Gravity Bind on the off chance that things go a bit pear-shaped, and we'll pass the turn. Main phase is good. Let's see what they're working with. It's frogs again. Sure, frogs are fine. It is a rough matchup. Frog's pretty explosive and can deal with Golgars very easily. They boldly attack into the Alien Warrior, which doesn't do anything because it's a tie. Let's see what they're going to do now. Are they going to bounce the swap? They are. And they're going to set one and pass the turn. So we'll draw into Judgment. That's okay. We'll go to Standby Main. Hit them with the thumbs up. Make sure there's no dust shoots there. Cool. Do we care about a Mirror Force here? We're always putting the Alien Warrior to attack. I'm just curious if we summon out the Shock Trooper or not. I'm picking this is probably going to be a chainable, so a Raigeki, and I'm keen to get some damage in, so I'm going to summon out the Shock Trooper, and we'll see if this is indeed a chainable. Because I suspect that it's going to be something they're going to want to chain for Treeborn. So we'll see if it gets triggered on the bigger attack. It's a Dust Tornado. Okay. Sure. You hit our Gravity Bind. Congratulations. They take the 19 and they drop the Gauze. Yes, yes, quite right, quite right. Sure. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about that apart from not attack. We can somewhat deal with Gauze next turn, assuming we can get the 2 counters off Alien Warrior, and then we can special out Overlord, which with double Solidarity is way bigger than Gauze. So they're going to bring Treeborn back here. That do be fine. We may need to Solemn. Never mind, we won't be Solemning. So they've been Heavy Storm Dust Tornado, pretty good. This is going to be problematic because now they're going to be able to set up the dupe lock. So they'll special Treeborn, pitch it, yep, dump the Substitute with swap, yep. That is all fine, and they're going to go to battle here. Sure, we will declare to put 2 counters. And take the 100, it goes to grave, and we will take 800 here, 100 and 1000, sure. This is all a-okay. And then, do they tribute the token? If they tribute the token, then this is horrendous. Yeah, they do. I like that they don't even bother to declare Substitute. They're just in their own little world. Yeah, we are kind of... I mean, any alien off the top does it with double solidarity, to be fair. So there's probably a world where we just shouldn't have summoned out the Shock Trooper and just got in with Warrior instead. Yeah, I can see that. And we're going for the Duplock. That's fine. Ammonite would go pretty hard here. Kid. Kid plus Solidarity isn't big enough. It has to be Kid plus 2 Solidarities, but then we can't attack because of the dupe. So it's like we're just chucking it down to preserve life, which is really ass, but we kind of have to. Never know, maybe they'll special summon a couple and we can get Overlord out, but they set one back row, so the Treeborns are offline. I suspect they have to have a Monarch, right? Because we haven't seen any tribute summonable monster yet. But I'm just going to chuck Kid down. We'll see if this gets anything. Any response. Because like if this gets bottomless or Shotgun Regeki Breaked or anything like that, that's not ideal. We're not dead on the next turn, but there's no prior. It's a continuous effect. They are bottomlessing it. Okay. That's awful. Well, we'll pass the turn and see what they do. Okay, standby phase. They're going to bring back their Frog. Main phase 1. They're going to swap, bounce the Treeborn. And they're just going to attack in for 37. They are. Alright, well that's not game. Main 2, set 1. And we know Treeborn in hand. Come on, Ammonite. Ooh, Alien Warrior. We'll go standby main. If we summon Alien Warrior, it's kind of the same thing. If the summon goes through, we could set it, because then they can't kill it with Swap Frog. They have to kill it with Gauze. Solidarity only does attack. The problem with a set is it loses to any Monarch. Mind you, so does summoning it. So actually, yeah, I think I'm happy to set it. And we'll set a Solidarity as well. Okay, opponent is leaving. We shall wait. Oh, opponent caught me drinking. They come back to Dust Tornado our Solidarity. That's fine. I guess there is a world where we don't set the Solidarity. I would just prefer them, like if it's Regeki Break, I would prefer them to hit that than the monster, so... Right, they're going straight to battle, and they do hit it with Gauze, so we can declare Alien Warrior effect. And that goes to grave, and then we take 1,000. So Alien Warrior does keep us alive and allows Overlord to come out. And they also did forget their Treeborn. Alright, 1 for the 1. That's very interesting, because now we need the Overlord to be able to use this. Yeah, I think we just have to summon out the Overlord. We can summon out the Overlord, put heaps of counters down, play out the Solidarity, puts it at 3k. Yeah. Then we will declare. Put one on each. And then we will activate Solidarity. Just to get Cast for our life savings. Yeah, it's a bit of a last-ditch play. Unfortunately, we just really need an Ammonite to get into a Golgar to break up this dupe lock. That would go very nicely right now, but I suspect this Alien Overlord is not sticking around, and we will be losing. Swap to defense? Okay, maybe not. Gauze to defense. Okay. Alright, we'll start the turn. Book. Okay, well we can declare Overlord again. Man, if we get like a... Well, we still need Ammonite, actually. We'll set the book past the 10. There is the option, I guess, of going into Black Rose, but that doesn't really do much for us. Swap is fine. Set another. Set a monster, which is probably Treeborn. Offering to the Snake Deity is something here. We will just declare again. Man, if we get to anything, like... we'll set one here. And pass the turn. Flip summon swap. Yes, that's fine. Bounce. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. They're just trying to clear the counters. Alright, come on. Oh, Messenger. I don't really want to play that out right now. I will just declare. They're going to get sick of this. And we'll pass the turn. We're counting these counters up. I really need some more monsters. Yep, bounce swap. Sure. Extra normal. Some of the dupe. So well exchange. Thinking here. Here is probably where we need to chain the offering. And we have to hit gauze. And maybe a dupe. We'll activate offering. Oh, I just realized Book of Moon breaks the dupe lock. Target Overlord, gauze, and dupe. But we might as... And... Dupe without token. We might as well break the dupe lock with this and save the Book of Moon. Alright. They did activate Soul Exchange, so they don't get a battle phase. Salvage. Adding back dupe. And swap. Okay. Summon out the dupe. Put swap and defense, and we're passing. Alright, draw Dust Shoot. Jeez, we can't get a monster to save our life. Okay. I will set the Dust Shoot, and we'll just pass the turn. And MST the Dust Shoot. Sure. No Dust Shoot for us. We don't get knowledge. Tribute swap for Riser, targeting Solidarity. Well, that's unfortunate, because if they start looping Riser, we are a bit stuck here. Do I book it? Yes, I do book it, because it's game otherwise. What am I thinking? They have the Solemn. Alright, cool. They get game 1. Okay. This time around, I think Rivalry is pretty good against frogs, right? Because they can't summon anything other than frogs. Seems pretty good. We could also Prohibition the Substitute, which also is pretty good. In fact, Swap Frog is probably the better bet. What do we want to bring out? I guess is the question. What do we want to bring out? I guess Messenger isn't great against the frogs, but like we don't expect to be getting wrecked by them anyway. Phoenix Chain pretty good. We can probably drop the Starlight Road. We can probably drop an Offerings. Maybe we'll drop one Messenger just because it's not great against the Monarchs either. And then could drop the Oshaleon going first. And do we need the MST? They were playing quite a bit of back row actually. Well, they had set a lot. Maybe we just drop a Solidarity. Yeah. Alright, let's try this. We will start again and see what we draw. So we got Ammonite, Torrential, Messenger, Alien Kid, Book of Moon, Phoenix Chain. This is actually potential for some nice stuff here. So we summon out the Kid. And we set the Torrential, because that puts Kid in grave. And maybe we just do that. Maybe we just pass the turn on that. I guess there's an argument for setting the Fiendish Chain to set up Golgar. Cyber Dragon. Yeah, I'm gonna Torrential that right now. Right now. Alright, no more plays. Okay. Here, I think I'll normal summon the Shock Trooper. I'm going to hold off on the Ammonite till there's things to pop. It's also possible that this will hit a Gauze, in which case we can just slap down Messenger. Any Gauze? No Gauze. Alright. Main 2, I'm just going to set the Fiendish Chain then, and pass the turn. Draw to 6 in hand. Yeah, you're good. We unfortunately did have to go minus. They have the Soul Exchange, that's fine. Hold up. I can Fiendish Chain this still. Oh wait, yeah. Well, it forces it to tribute itself. Yep, that's fine. Because Fiendish Chain still stays, so I actually don't have too much of a problem with that. It actually still did enough. We'll go Standby main. Do I want to use the Ammonite here? We know they have a swap in hand. Sub is gone. Yeah, I think we go for it. We'll normal summon Ammonite. Declare effect. Special Shock Trooper. And we'll sync for Golgar. The question is, do I want to play out the Messenger? I think I can attack first, see if they've got Gauze here. And if not, I might just bounce the Fiendish Chain. because that's a big old chunk. Doesn't look like they've got gauze, so we'll go main 2. Declare to hand and put a counter on that boy. Then I'll set the Fiendish and the book, just because I want to protect the Golgar. Treeborn comes back. Brain control. This is where I book. And that's why we set the book. What are they thinking about now? They also need to lose another 200. They only lost 600 points. Yeah, there we go. See what they've got for us now. Swap Frog doesn't do a lot for them here. And if they don't have gauze, the pitching swap to special swap. Yep, that's fine. Don't care about that at this juncture. Dump sub. We have a Fiendish Chain for a Monarch. Down comes Caius. Target that. Yep, that gets met with the Fiendish Chain. Swap to bounce. Sure. Okay. So we know Caius in hand. Ooh, swords. Standby main. Just depends what their back row is. If it's bottomless, it is what it is. We are always flipping this, right? Yeah, we'll flip some in the Golgar and see if they've got a response to it. All good. Alright. Then, do we just play out? I think we only need to play out one. I'll play out the Messenger of Peace. And declare. Targeting these two. See if that's all good. I'm going to... Yep, okay, sweet. Alright, we get it back with Protect the Golgar. Okay, so now going second. I think we bring in the Cyber Dragons. We drop the Solidarities. We may need to bring back in the Messenger. I still don't really like Oshelion in this matchup. Rivalry still seems okay. Do we just swap for those? Yeah. Thunder King's not doing a lot. Yeah, we'll just swap those and see. We haven't seen any heroes out of them, so it might just be pure frogs, but they might have just not drawn any heroes. Absolute Zero is their icon, so... Alright, we open Judgment, Kid, Prohibition, Shock Trooper, Overlord. They pitch Treeborn to special swap. Swap effect to go and dump. And it's going to be a sub, makes sense. And then salvage to add them right back, sure. Grab the Treeborn, grab the sub. Normal sub. Oh yeah, because they special swap, yep. This is all fine and dandy. Yeah, okay, yeah. For another one, yep. Yep, okay. So we know Treeborn in hand and swap in hand. Okay. Well, that's not super scary then, right? Ooh, Book of Moon to break this as well. Stand by main. So we could Prohibition the Swap Frog here. Because that... I think it depends. Let's see... Let's summon our alien kid and see if this gets bottomless or anything first. We will go to battle. And I'm going to Book of Moon this one that's in defense so I can still get damage in over the other one. And we'll just hope this is not anything in the back. Cool. Alright, that's dupe lock broken. Add swap frog back, that's fine. Main phase 2, I've got a prohibition for that, baby. Declare the swappy swap, and we'll set a judgment and pass the turn. So we know they have 2 swaps and a Treeborn in hand. They set 1 and pass. Okay, code A. Alright, standby main. 2 swaps and a Treeborn. So they didn't even set the Treeborn, is interesting. Do we keep up the pressure and tribute the kid for Overlord? Because that clears the swap, the dupe. We'll play out the code A first, just in case they've got a bottomless or something, and we can at least get a counter. Then we'll go to Grave and normal summon Overlord. Because it is only level 6, thankfully. Reading. This is the one that put all those counters on your cards. The question is, like, do I solemn a bottomless or something here? A torrential. Sure. Do I solemn a torrential? They have 2 swaps and a reborn? I'm not really that scared, so yeah, okay. Yep, we're adding back. I don't think you can, right? Okay, yeah, they can. But we do also get a counter on the code A. Alright, so they have 3 swaps and a Treeborn in hand. Dust Tornado, the set. So they want to bring their Treeborn back. Sure. I'm guessing they have a Monarch. They have Vanity's Fiend. Interesting. Okay. They sided in Vanity's Fiend. That's very curious. They saw the solidarities, right? Oh, that's unfortunate. How are we dealing with Vanity's Fiend? That's a good question. Oof. And we sided out the solidarities. That's really unfortunate. We have Code A online. Swords is pretty good. Bit of a lifesaver. Slap down the swords and pass the turn. Alright, that's 1 on swords. Alien Warrior. I guess I will set that for now. And we'll pass the turn. Alright, that's 2 on swords. Dust Shoot. Yeah, we can set that because it'll be going. Alright, I'm just going to rip this off. And let's see what they got. They have a lot in hand, but... okay, so it's Treeborn that they have set. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to be the gauze. So we have swap x3, sol x times 2, and a 1 for 1. So they are not doing anything with that hand. Cool. At least as of yet. Alright, swords goes. Come on. Offerings is exactly what we needed. That's actually huge. We will flip summon Alien Warrior. And set one card and pass the turn. Offerings pops Vanity's Fiend, and then we can special back Overlord. Tribute Treeborn for Caius. No negate. Caius target code A. That's always going to happen, but we do have the call, and we can offerings to kill them both. Here I'll just banish and I'll let them go to battle phase. Target Unity and Caius. Alright, that clears that. So we know of 3 swaps, 2 soul exchanges, and a 1-for-1 in hand. So we'll start the turn. Messenger is okay, but I don't really want to play it just yet. Do we call back the Overlord? And try and get in? We have Messenger as a backup. We'll try it. See if this is okay. Alright. Well, we'll try. Try and get in there. Deprison. Okay. Call floats. We will slap down Messenger and pass the turn. Ammonite goes real hard again. We're in a position where Ammonite is real good. Never mind. Never mind. We do draw Torrential though to try and clear that. And we'll set that and pass the turn. Summon out, set a card. Alright, we draw Fiendish Chain. Pretty good. Do I want to set it? Yeah, because we can actually negate it. So if we draw Ammonite, we can actually just turn that off. Alright. Yes! We drew Ammonite. Is it going to get through 2 back row though? Well, we will see. We will see. No. No, you cannot, unfortunately. I think we have to go for it. Well, do we have to go for it? I would like to try and go for it. We have a TT. Alright, let's Fiendish Chain this guy. Alright, normal summon and declare. Thinking. Is there any point to TTing here? They chain the dust. We chain the TT, it resolves, we special summon, we can't attack. It just dies. But it does clear the Vanity's Fiend, so... we'll just summon out Kid. Sure, why not? It just dies in the end phase. Then we'll just go in face. Alright. We still know 3 swaps, 2 soul exchanges, and 1 for 1. So they have 1 unknown card in hand. Okay, they pass and pitch. Rivalry's pretty nice. We pay 100. Main. I'm getting the feeling this is pure frogs, not hero frogs. So now we know 2 swaps, 2 soul exchanges, and a 1 for 1. And we do have the rivalry now, but I feel like it's a bit late for rivalry. They set 1, another prohibition. We pay 100. And now we're in the Ammonite waiting room again. These are probably like soul exchanges or something. Another messenger. Pass the turn. This is the peak alien experience, opponent. Are you having fun? Shock Trooper. Alright, I'm gonna let messenger die. And try and summon out this Shock Trooper. And we'll just see what it gets us. There's no way it gets through all this back row, but we have to kind of start clearing the way for Ammonite. Alright, we'll go to battle and attack in and see if they take 19 or not. They do. Alright, main 2. I mean, we could prohibition soul exchange, right? That would be kind of funny. I think we just slap down messenger. Do we prohibition soul exchange? Sure, why not? And we'll pass the turn. Wow, it's full back row. Alien Kid. Do I pay for messenger? You know what? I'm gonna be risky. Because this is like 3,500. It puts them on a 2-turn clock. Okay, never mind. It does not, but we can still try and get in for 19. That's fine. Sure. We just need an Ammonite any time now. Surely we will draw an Ammonite. They'll be setting more. So this is just full back row Monarchs. Standby main, we'll summon out Alien Warrior. We just got an endless conga line of big dudes. That eats a bottomless. So that's both bottomlesses gone and 2 deep prisons gone and torrential gone. That's looking pretty good. They just pass. Another rivalry, we'll just pass on that. If they try and do anything, like as soon as they summon a frog, we just flip rivalry. Sure. Never mind, we don't flip rivalry as soon as they summon a frog. Okay, so now they can use their swap frogs. They got a Reigeki break? No. Sure. And it all falls apart. Yep, 24. Ah, man, we were just hanging on for a alien, for an Ammonite. We'll set the rivalry. What do we want to prohibition now? Well, I guess we'll call Caius. We'll declare Caius there. And pass the turn. Because we don't really want... 2400. I'm gonna flip Rivalry here because I don't want them summoning a monster in main phase 2. Come on, Ammonite. Oh! Oh! That is an Ammonite. Stand by main. Normal summon, declare. Special... Just get Shock Trooper because it's the biggest. We can bounce 3. And one of them is a Call of the Haunted. We can reset Prohibition with Soul Exchange. Alright. We have to try... Prior... Target these 3. Alright. And 3 counters here. Now we don't care about the riser. We just have to snipe the Mirror Force. This one. Maybe it should have been this one. Oh! Is the other one Mirror Force? If it is, we can Call of the Haunted it back. So let's try it. Try and attack over Riser. Oh, it got through! Main 2. One Caius and Grave, both Vanity's Fiends gone. Do we care about the Soul Exchange? Yeah, we kind of do. If we call Soul Exchange with Prohibition and Rivalry when they summon a frog. Okay. Declare Soul Exchange. Set the Rivalry. Set the call. Pass the turn. Stand by main. Brain control. Sure. I'll chain Rivalry. And you can have Golgar. Didn't think that through. We still lose to a brain control. Does it matter? Nothing is big enough. Yeah. No, you can't. I don't think. Can you? Nothing's big enough. Yep, they got it. They got it with the brain control. Oh, that was a good back and forth. We hit him with the GG. We dropped down to 120. We only lose 2. I'm just going to double check if you contribute summon under Rivalry. Turns out you can, so that's good to know. Yeah, so, man, that was a tough spot. That was a tough spot. We had to make the push. We were on only, 200, so... There was a good back and forth, a solid match. Let's play another. Right, next match, TPK Kevin. We lose the rock, paper, scissors, so we will be going second. That was a very long match 1, so this will probably be the last match, because I generally try and accommodate about an hour for these videos. And with this deck, it's probably going to become a bit longer than that. So we opened Solidarity, Shock Trooper, Torrential, MST, Solemn. It is an okay hand. I'm going to set a monster in their draw phase and pass the turn. Okay. We draw a code A. That's fine if this is a Raikou. I'm going to play it out. And I'm going to normal summon Shock Trooper. And we'll get in. We'll just swing on over that bad boy. If it's a Raikou and they pop the code A, that's fine. And if they pop the Shock Trooper, that's fine. So I gotta read. No problem. Have bad eyes. too. Oh no. Yeah, you and me both. I'm out here looking like the Minecraft sheep. These cards do catch a lot of people off guard. So, oh, it's just a Treebond. That's fine. Main phase 2, I'm actually just going to set 4. Heavy Storm be damned. We do have the Judgment to back it up. A lot of the time... Yep. A lot of the time, there's just no playing around Heavy Storm with this deck, unfortunately. So, it do be what it do be. If they slap a Monarch down here, Torrential goes pretty hard. Especially if we draw into another alien, because then we can just summon it with Solidarity. The Frogs 2 matches in a row is a bit rough. Swap comes down. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to Torrential that. Dumping a sub or another Treeborn? Sub? Okay. It's fine. I'm just going to bounce swap back. Yep. That's also fine. Set 1. Do I want to MST that? I probably do, because it's most likely something that is going to be used on my turn, so we'll snipe it. It could just be a Dust Tornado. Ooh, it's a Torrential. Okay. That's a pretty good hit. Ooh, Alien Kid. That's also quite nice. We'll summon out the Kiddo. Kid pairs pretty well with Code A against this deck. We'll just attack over the Frog. And then we're able to get in for 19. No. Yeah, we'll just explain to them how Kid works. They take 19, and I wouldn't put them on Gauze, given that they set the Torrential, but we will pass the turn there. I'm not going to play out the Solidarity just yet. Alright, stand by, the Froggy comes... Ooh. Nope, yep. We're grabbing Frog. Yeah, it's a misclick. That's fine. Grab your Frog. I'm not out here sharking people. Is there a Monarch coming down out of that hand? And if there is, do I Solemn Judgment it? Future Fusion. Future Fusion. Showing Gaia. That's fine. I don't have a problem just yet. Will I? Maybe. But right now, no. You're going to have Dandy and Ocean, probably? No. Gaia requires an elemental hero and an earth. That be an evil hero. But that's okay. Yeah, it would be nice to dump Prodigy, but... Oh, they're playing Alias. Okay. And they get their Dandy tokens. And what else are we up to? I'm almost considering maxing out, like if we don't play the Decree build, maxing out on offerings, particularly going first, it just seems really strong. Like there's a lot of positions where an offerings would be really good, and it puts an alien in the graveyard for Solidarity and Ammonite. Summon out sub. Yes. I'm not going to judgment that. I may just torrential it on the last one. Yeah, torrential works because then I get 2 counters. Special one back with solidarity. Yep. Go for another Treeborn. Treeborn goes for a Unifrog. They're just going for a Unifrog. Why would they just go for a Unifrog? Wouldn't you also dupe lock? Any cryo here? Are you calling sub prior? No. Yeah, I'm just gonna flick off this torrential. Alright. Actually, I think it only gets 1 counter, right? Because they're destroyed at the same time. That's a bit poopy. Oh man, we're really down in card advantage now. Oh, Miracle Fusion. No, 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 no. 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 Yeah. And then he slaps down another one. Pitch, dupe, special swap. Yep. Swap effect or nah? There's nothing really to dump. Just dump another dupe, sure. I will take 1,000. Bounce it back past the turn. Messenger. That's not a monster. Okay, so then I know of a swap in hand. They can't bring back Treeborn. I'm just gonna pass. I don't think I need to play the Messenger here. It's only turn 1 on Future Fusion. Summon swap, yep. Okay, we take 1,000. That's fine. This turn we have to play the Messenger because Gaia will be coming down. Book of Moon. Oof. Alright, well we activate Messenger. We set the Book of Moon and we pass the turn. So swap can still attack in, so we still need an answer to swap, but we don't need it this turn. Yeah. That's fine. So this gets Gaia. Gaia can't attack. Gets it in defense. That's smart. Never realized Gaia had such a big booty. Yeah, if this was a Mirror Force, that would be quite nice right now. Summon out and swap. Battle. Take 1,000. We'll save this Book of Moon for next turn. Bounce it back. Set a back row. Can I get an Ammonite one time? Oh, boy. Alright, let's set these two and pass the turn. Oh, and I need to pay 100 for messenger. Don't come swap. This is fine. Battle. We book. I can't believe I'm book of booning a swap frog. So turn. Shock Trooper. Standby. We'll let the messenger die. We're going for it. Main phase 1. We normal summon Shock Trooper. If they bottomless it, we can bring something back. We'll flip Solidarity. Do we flip the other one? We don't need to yet. We can just kill Gaia from here. Yeah, let's... Gaia's not doing anything though. Let's kill the swap frog, or at least attempt to. If this is deprison, sucks to suck, I guess. If it's anything that destroys, then we have a chance. If it's Regeki Break, if it's Mirror Force. Attack this, please. Okay, cool, we got it. Main phase 2. It's not going to be enough, but yeah, there we go. Oh, they go for this one. Okay. They must... Oh, right. Okay, yes, yes. Very fancy. You have your Caius. Wow. It was pretty obvious. They'd gone a long time without playing a Monarch. Okay, so Rivalry... we now know is not so good against this deck since they can still tribute. I quite like the prohibitions though. Is Gale Lizard any good going first? Not really. Not against this deck. Do we just bring in the prohibitions? We'll drop... I guess Oshelion is fine going first. Not really against this deck either. We'll drop the Oshelion, we'll drop the Starlight Road. And do that. Alright. What do we open this time? We got Code A, Ammonite, Dust Shoot, Offerings, Fiendish Chain, Shock Trooper. That's a pretty stonker's hand, actually. Summon the Shock Trooper, set the Offerings in the Dust Shoot and pass. I think so. Do we set the Fiendish Chain for the Ammonite play? You know what, let's play this like we don't have Ammonite yet. So that'll be these. Pass the turn. We know Fiendish Chain works reasonably well on sub. I would like to Dust Shoot in your standby phase, please. Okay, Deprison. Depris, Dust, Rhoda. Swap, sub, Caius. What do we care about the most here? The Caius, maybe? Rhoda gets Ocean, so they can special swap. I think we get rid of the Caius. We'll go Caius. Alright, Caius goes back. Cool. We have the Fiendish Chain for whatever other monster they choose. I never understood why people write it down. Because old men like me can't remember. We can just look at it. Yeah, but you can't write it down in a real game. Yeah, I know, but sure. You can here, so so it makes you a worse player who relies on the notes. But anyway, I mean, I can remember when I'm playing, thinking here, do I want them to dump? Nah, you know what? I'm going to Fiendish Chain that. They can still bounce it for cost, but do they know that? They do, sure. That's probably the D prison, right? But we can play around that now. Unless they set both D prison and Dust Tornado. They might. Yeah, they do. Okay. Okay. Now we can't play around it. Alright, let's see what we draw. Messenger. Now we can play around it. We'll go standby main. Do I want to, though? Or do I just play out the messenger, set the offerings? They might still snipe the offerings with the Dust Tornado. I think summoning Ammonite is the best play. I think it is. Because we know exactly what they've got. So we'll Synchro for Golgar. We will activate Code A Ancient Ruins. And activate Messenger of Peace. And declare. Targeting 3. I don't know what happens if Dust kills one of these. Do I get the others? This is return those cards, not those targets. Let me check. Okay, yeah, so you still get counters, you just don't get one for the one that wasn't returned. Ooh. Okay. So now we have to hope that we snipe the D prison here. Would they thought a long time about setting this, so would that be the Dust Tornado maybe? We'll declare, move to, and set this one. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So we know in hand is a swap, a sub, and a rotor. I don't really care about any of those. We'll go to battle. Get in for 26. Do I even want to set any back row here? Because I guess we can play out the messenger. See, we'll play the messenger and the fiendish, and we'll see what gets baited. Maybe I should have set the offerings as well, because I kind of don't care about the offerings here. But we'll see. What are they viewing extra deck for? You think you're going to draw Miracle Fusion? Or Future Fusion? You only have the Deep Prison and Graveyard. I'm going to draw. See what the draw is before they fire off the Dust Tornado. Let's see what they've got here. So we know 3 in hand. The rotor gets, like, it could get Junk Synchron, but they've got no level 2s engrave. Like sub and swap I don't really care about at this point. They would have needed to have drawn exactly a Monarch and pitch the sub to special the swap. And even then, they get rid of the Gold Guard, but they still can't attack. Well, I suppose they could Dust Tornado it, but then we Fiendish Chain. So we're kind of okay here. Just depends what that last card is, or if there's something I'm missing. There was also an argument, I suppose, for trying to special out a monster with Code A. Pitch swap, pitch sub for swap. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to Fiendish Chain that. Excuse me. I'm going to keep the Fiendish Chain for a potential tribute summon. Dump Treeborn, Rota. I guess they could Rota for Junk Synchron here, try and go into Catasta. Junk Synchron brings back... Oh, Junk Synchron could bring back Substitute and then go for a 6. Yeah. They go for Briar here? Or do they just go Goyo? They could go Briar. I will attempt to Fiendish Chain that. They will Dust Tornado it with the quickness. So this goes to extra. Now they just have a Briar sitting there. Overlord. Okay, we'll pay the Hundy. They have no cards in hand. They have a Treeborn coming back and that's it. I'm going to set the offerings. Pass the turn. We are an Ammonite or an alien away from being back in this. They're going to get in attack mode. Sure, they're going to attack me for 100. Yep, I will take it. we could get an Overlord out, that would be pretty sweet. Solidarity. Still not quite what we want. I'm gonna set the code A, because that's kind of the one that I care about the least at the moment. I also will pay... Did I pay 100? I don't think I did. And we will pass the turn. I see what you're doing here and I like it. We are trying. We are trying, opponent. The thing is, they just like Bryo bounce this messenger and we just start getting... Well, it's not great bouncing it for them, right? Because then we just play it next turn. This is a bad play, but I'm going to try something. Okay. Summon out Ocean. Right. So they can add back the Neos alias. Yep. Okay. Come on, Alien. Book of the Moon. Well, book stops them getting back alias. But do I care? We have to draw an alien at some point, right? Man, I wish there was a better way to search Ammonite. Jeez. If there is a card that I don't know of, some obscure card out there, do we need to play more Oshelion? Like, maybe, right? Maybe just setting Oshelion here is really good. It's 2200 with Solidarity. Maybe we do max out on Oshelion. Interesting. We could drop Code A down, because I feel like Code A has been next to useless. It's just there, like a spell for us to pick down and put up. Then just grab it. I'm not here to shark you. Oh, no, okay. They don't want to. Alright. This opponent is quite friendly. We're having a bit of back and forth, which is nice. Oh my days! Practice possible for players. Okay, fair enough. Jeez Louise. Can I get any monster? We're in such a good spot. If I can get any monster, they'll be able to get their Neos alias now, so... Alright, don't forget it this time, opponent. Come on, you can do this. I have faith in you. Hey. Alright, so they have an alias in hand. That's all we know, right? Yeah, everything else is gone now. Yeah, everything else has been used. I drew this, though. Ooh, that's terrible. Sure. Maybe they forget that they can flip up the Bryo. Yeah. Yeah. That is a card. That is a card. Yeah, a fan of offerings. Yeah, offerings are pretty good. If you have a reptile to use it with. We have Reptile Dysfunction right now. Ooh, maybe that's the video title. This is going to hurt. This is going to be 39. Yeah. No, it's going to be... What is this? 58? Oh boy, we're just going to lose... Are we just gonna lose 2 matches in a row? Like, we just need any monster. We can clear up this whole mess. Come on. You have got to be kidding me. How many turns has this been without, like, the 2 monsters that we started with? Brutal. There's no way, right? Like, even if we Fiendish Chain this... We still lose. Alright, let's set 3 and pass the turn. Jeez, a monster. We just needed any monster. Do they blind Brio Bounce? Or do they just attack? Yeah. Yeah. We'll Fiendish Chain this one, because we can't Fiendish Chain Alias. We'll take 100. Is he gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Yeah, GG, you got it. Oh, we just go down to 117. 117, shout out to Master Chief. They had Breaker. Interesting. And they had a Caius. Okay, we were well screwed, but man oh man. How many turns was that we just didn't draw a monster? 6 turns without drawing a monster? Ooh. Well, that will be what it is. It's another long one. 2 matches, both losses. Like I said, this is gonna... There's a few things at play here. I'm by no means an expert with the Alien deck. It's just a deck that I really like and I want to get better with. But also, Aliens are not as good as Gladiator Beasts. Just straight up. Until we can maybe find some hidden tech or whatever, we are going to be losing a lot more than we did with Gladiator Beasts. So it's going to be very slow, which is why we kind of have that loose 500. But we will see. We will see. I'm trying to continue climbing. I think... We didn't get to resolve 1-for-1. I'm kind of looking at Oshaleon maybe as our ticket. Like, there were so many of those games. We have the opponent, like, the back row is clear. We have them in such a position. If we could just get to an Ammonite, we would have been sweet. So I think there's some of those games that just maybe if we can just set an Oshaleon and search an Ammonite, that could be game winning for us. So... Let's see. I will review the deck, maybe make some more changes, and we'll have another look at it next week. Alright, for now, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like on it if you did. Leave a comment down below if there's any cards you think we should try, or like any particular builds we should try. I'm looking at a Decree build maybe get rid of the Solidarities and something in there. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on future episodes, and I will see you in the next one. A massive shout out to Riv, our first channel member. It's crazy to me that I have channel members now. If you want to be like Riv and support the channel in the most incredible way, check out that join button down below. Otherwise, just keep on doing what you're doing, and I'll see you in the next video.